Guys, it's Retro Coyote here. Happy Fursuit Friday, and you'll notice I am not in a fursuit. Well, we're going to be doing a bit of a holiday unboxing video today of a lot of the cool stuff I got over the holiday break, over Christmas. And doing that in big goofy paws is quite a bit more difficult than doing it with human hands. So we're going to be doing that today. Hope you don't mind. Hope you stick around because we've got a lot of really cool stuff to open. And before we get to that, I do just want to let you guys know that we are on a production schedule now, so we're going to be having content for you guys a lot more regularly. So if that's something that you're interested in, and if you like the content I produce, then make sure you smack that subscribe button and ring that bell icon as well, so that you're notified when I put out that content. And with that, let's begin. Is the Tamagotchi Picks. This is something I've been looking at for a while. You know that I'm into the Digimon, but Tamagotchis have made great strides in the stuff that they can just do overall. Like, these guys are way more advanced now than Digimon, who are still rocking with the LCD screens from the 90s. What's with that, Namco? Give us color Digimon. I think we've earned it. Now, but in all seriousness, though, the Tamagotchis are, fairly standard. There's not as many of Tamagotchi sprites as there are of just the mass of different Digimon. So I imagine it's just a question of quantity, like having to color and animate all those sprites, which I get it. But I do hope one day we get one of these for Digimon, because that would be dope. Let's go ahead and open it. Now, this looks like a pocket knife. It's not. It is a box opening device. Do not flag me, YouTube. Cardboard and manual. I think we'll need that. And we're going to put that aside for right now. Okay. So, okay. That's why they call it the Tamagotchi Picks. It's got a camera. Okay. And I guess you could put your little pictures that you take as part of the background. I'll tell you what, though, the buttons are weird on this thing. It's like they're not buttons, they're something else. Okay. I'm assuming you just tap them. I'll have to do a full video on this sometime, so definitely stay tuned for that, because I'm genuinely interested. I've had my eye on these things for a while now. So I'm looking forward to checking out this manual and seeing what you can do with this, and what a different experience it is from the Tamagotchis that we grew up with. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss that. Now, this is actually super interesting. This is a Pandoras Box. Bleh. Now, if you know what this is, then you already know that this is kind of a cool freaking thing to get somebody for Christmas. If you don't, let me explain. The Pandoras Box is basically an arcade machine in a box. Arcade machines of old ran on a circuit board, obviously, that had the ROM chip in it, which ran the game. That's why when you look for the files of games to complete your backup collection, you look for the ROMs, or in some cases, disk images. So this is an operating system, a little computer with an operating system in it that has thousands on thousands of games. My dad has one, and it has like, I don't know, I think like 10,000 games on it. So this is cool stuff. Yeah, man. And it comes with this rather cromulent manual here that I'm going to have to actually sit down and look into. Okay, so it looks like it has 3D capabilities, which is awesome. Okay. Yeah. Looks like you can kind of plug it into just about anything with a USB. Okay. You can plug it in. It's VGA, HDMI. Okay, it's got some audio out. An emulator, obviously. Okay, so it's got a gig of RAM. Got some SD cards in there. I wonder if I'll have to buy them. Does it come with the SD cards for storage, or I think that's something I'll have to actually go and buy. Yeah. Okay. But this is going to be a big project. I can already tell you. Okay. Tells you how to set it up. Whoa! Okay. You can do 3D games. Okay. So this isn't just for like 16-bit arcade classics. We can actually run up to, I want to say, 5th generation stuff on here, which is to say the N64, the PlayStation, the PSP, maybe the Saturn. I don't know. Saturn is kind of wonky in its day. That's why not a lot of people wanted to develop for it. But this will be really cool. This is going to be a big fat project that might get its own series of videos. Now I'm going to be moving here soon, like for real this time, I hope. And once I get moved in, this will be something I set up. And it's going to be freaking sweet. Because if I want to do it, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So this is either going to get its own video chronicling the setup, or its own series of videos, depending on how much of a pain it wants to be for me to set this up, because these things can be tricky sometimes. So again, subscribe if you want to keep an eye out for this, because this promises to be very interesting stuff, especially since, you know, PlayStation and N64 games in particular can be kind of hard to run on an emulator. So it's going to be interesting to see how it runs these things. Now for the big chunga. Oh, yeah, boy. That's right. This is a RetroBit 3-in-1 gaming console. I've been having my eye on one of these things for months. It runs Sega Genesis, regular Nintendo, and Super Nintendo. Now, I'm also interested to see if it can run the Super Game Boy, some EverDrive carts, things like that. That's what I'm interested in. And I'm sure I could look up a review on YouTube. There's tons of people out there, great content creators who make this stuff. And I might. But they got different models of these just about every year. And sometimes it varies the software and hardware they run on. So, you know, one year it may or may not have this capability, or it may or may not the next. I don't know. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting my hands on some of that stuff and experimenting a little bit. So again, look for a full-on review on this thing, and we're going to actually open it up. Take a look, because it comes with controllers. I want to see what they feel like. I want to see a lot of the other stuff about this. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's bespoke. Look at that. Okay. This is a whole proper thing. Let me look at those controllers. Okay. Yeah. Hyperkin usually does really well. They have a really good reputation. I remember those really cool old school Xbox controllers they put out a while back, and they were really well received. Okay. The Super Nintendo controller feels good. It feels like a Super Nintendo controller. I don't know what you want me to say. The buttons feel good. It doesn't feel like light or cheap or plasticky. It feels like it was made correctly. And what's more is it has that really cool 90s transparent sort of aesthetic everyone's been going for. And, okay, so the Sega controller feels a bit lighter, which is it's fine. The buttons feel good. The control pad. Okay, control pad feels good. Now the D-pads feel like, instead of micro switches, they're on like a central pivot point, which is okay. It's a cheaper solution than doing micro switches. And in the world of mass production, cents make dollars real quick. So I understand why they did that. It would have been cool for them to have micro switches. But on that note, these are the controllers they give you. But you can use original OEM first-party controllers or third-party controllers. You can bring your own controllers to this party. So that's something I'm definitely going to be looking into as well, because yeah, man, they got all sorts of crazy controllers for turbo controls and everything. So I'm really looking forward to kind of playing around with that. And I'm looking at the console itself. Let's see what we got here. Okay, got a card, support, a manual, a sticker. Okay, not really a whole lot else in here. Oh, no, I misspoke. There's a box full of the cords. Okay, so you got USB, VGA cables. Okay, and I think, yeah. Okay. Looks like power adapter. And I think some USB converters. Okay, cool. So they give you the whole shebang right out the box. And you can do HDMI or you can do component cables. Okay, that's nice. It would have been cool if they had... not VGA. I'm sorry. Well, VGA would have been cool, but none of these systems were native to VGA. Only two consoles were, the Dreamcast and the Xbox 360. But anyway, yeah, this is really cool. It's transparent. It's got the plug-ins for your controllers. You got the Sega, or I'm sorry, the Super Nintendo up front. You got the Nintendo NES off to one side and Genesis off to the other. Pretty simple setup. The switch here is this little switchboard right here is how you switch up what console you're going to be playing. So you can have 3 games loaded onto this thing, and you can be like pop, pop, pop between the 3. So that is really, really cool. I'm really looking forward to grabbing some games and tearing into this thing, and getting into some trouble. I have a CRT, a very tiny baby CRT over there. I might hook up to it, or I can hook it up to a computer monitor. I don't know. I would like to play these games the way they were meant to be played on a CRT, on the 3x4 resolution, because I'm not a savage, and it really does smooth out the pixels, because it's not nostalgia. Your games really do look better on a CRT than they do on your modern televisions, and that's because those games were built for it. They used the pixelation as kind of an optical illusion, and it's smoothed over by the static on your screen. So, yeah, they built these for that. These old consoles and these old games. They're built just for that purpose. I'm not. Get out of here. Close. Do as I say! There we go. Alright. That's awesome, man. Yeah, man, this was the coolest Christmas I've had in a long time. And I'm super duper looking forward to tearing into these things and, kind of seeing what they can do. Running them through their paces, and of course you're going to get a full review or a series of videos on each and every one of these awesome gifts we got for the holiday season. And I just want to say a big thanks to my parents who got these for me. You guys rock. I love you guys. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. You guys are the best. Again, I'm super stoked. I was waiting for this video too, because I've been sitting there staring at these things all week going like, I want to get the games. I want to get into this Tamagotchi. I want to tear through this Pandoras Box and see what kind of trouble I can get into. It's so much. Like, it's going to be set up to get everything there. Once it's done, man, we're going to be laughing. So as you can see, I'm super excited to get into this stuff. So again, guys, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that bell icon. If you like this channel and you want to support it, make sure you check out my Patreon link in my profile. It helps out my channel a ton. I really appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to do it for this week's video. And I'll catch you guys next week. Catch you later.